Hi, and welcome to Taste This. This is a new YouTube channel that we're going to be making. I'm Josh Johnson.
August Johnson.
We're a father and son team, and we wanted to create this new YouTube show, or at least some videos, to explore some new foods. Bud, where do we live?
Colorado, Arvada.
Arvada, Colorado. And how old are you, Bud?
6th.
6. And what grade are you in?
First grade.
First grade. You just finished kindergarten and going into first grade. So this is going to be a big experiment for us to try, new things, tasting new things. This is our first show, and we already have some things that we want to try out. Bud, what's our first thing that we want to try out today?
Earthworm jerky.
Earthworm jerky. All right, now let's show everybody what this looks like. You can see it says earthworm jerky. All right, now this package comes to us from, what's the name of this company here?
Newport jerky.
Newport jerky. All right. Newport jerky. That's a company, and evidently this company sells a lot of strange food. And we just found this online on Amazon. You can buy a lot of strange things online, obviously. Well, Bud, why did we want to do this show? What inspired us to do this show?
YouTube shows like What's Inside and another show called Bear Grylls.
Yeah. What's Inside is a different YouTube channel, a YouTube show. It's also a father and son pair that cut things open and find out what's inside it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we were also watching Bear Grylls and saw him eating a lot of strange things like bugs and stuff. And we wondered, what would it taste like to try some of those same things? So here we are with earthworm jerky, and we're going to try this out today. But first, we're going to give some facts about earthworms, right? Mm-hmm. Have you ever dug into the ground and picked up earthworms?
Surely everyone's done that, mostly.
Yeah. A lot of boys around here probably do, huh? A lot of boys across the country do. I certainly did growing up. Sometimes we use them for bait to fish with. All right, well, let's look at some cool facts about earthworms. All right?
Some are on the package, some are off that package.
Some are on the package. Some of the facts are on the package. Some of the facts we found on the internet. Okay, so we have a whole page of facts that we want to share with you guys.
2 pages at least.
Okay.
2 pages.
All right, so one of the first things that we found out when we did our search was there's over 6,000 different species of earthworms, which we didn't know. And evidently, they're all edible, human edible. Yeah, not only fish like to eat earthworms, but humans do too. That's what we found out. So another interesting fact, Bud, do you remember, do earthworms come from the U.S., from the Americas? Where do they come from?
Europe,
across the ocean. So they're not actually native to the U.S., to the Americas. They came to the Americas from Europe, and but they've basically invaded all of North America, or most of North America. All right, and then another interesting fact: are earthworms, how do they split up between boys and girls?
If you find an earthworm and you think it's a boy, it's really boy, half girl.
It's kind of both, right? Is what we found out. So earthworms evidently are both male and female, and so they reproduce basically with other earthworms. But you can Google that and figure that out and find that out. And we won't go into any detail here. So then we also discovered that earthworms can live up to 8 years. All right, that's older than you, Bud. How old are you again?
6.
Yeah, earthworms can live up to 8 years old. Okay. And then we found out that there's other places in the world that eat worms. And Bud, you wanna tell them other countries here
Nah.
Okay.
You.
This one is New Zealand. So they eat worms evidently in New Zealand, in Thailand, as well as Japan and Africa. So all over the world, really. And then we already introduced our Newport jerky, earthworm jerky here in the package. And so we wanted to kind of talk about some of the nutritional benefits, if you will, the benefit of eating earthworms. First off, you kind of have to be careful about eating worms. This is not something to just go out into the backyard and do. Worms actually do carry parasites, and so you want to be sure if you're going to do something like this to fully cook the earthworm, and then also you might want to dry it or do something like that. But you want to make sure that it's cooked so that you don't have any parasites on the worm. All right. So we also found out how many calories are there in an earthworm? There's 1 calorie per gram. Now, a gram is how much something weighs, basically, okay? And so there's 1 calorie per gram. Doesn't sound like much, and worms can be pretty small. So there's 1 calorie per gram, and how much protein, Bud? Do you remember?
No.
No, there's
Not really.
80% protein in a worm. So that's a lot of protein. That's a lot of protein, isn't it? Which is kind of interesting. What we found out in doing some of this research is that a lot of bugs and things that we don't normally eat, so worms and things like that, they actually have quite a bit of protein in them. And again, talk about inspiration. I think some of the things that interested me about doing this show is just exploring a variety of foods that we don't normally eat here in the U.S. We have a pretty limited palate a lot of times, and so this is kind of our adventure to explore different things to eat. Okay? All right, so without further ado, Bud, let's open up the package. All right?
Let's do it.
All right.
Ugh, it smells gross inside here.
All right, okay, we got to show everybody what this kind of looks like. Okay, so this is sort of like a dry packet in there, but you can kind of see here what these worms look like. They're kind of dried out, splayed out. The insides of them have been, I guess, sort of taken out. Okay.
Let's try some.
Pull one out. All right. What is it? What does it smell like? It smells pretty earthy. Very earthy. Kind of like dirt almost is what it smells like. Now let's show them a little bit closer up here. This is just a worm, and it's been kind of cut open and splayed out. It's been cooked and dried. It honestly looks like kind of leather almost, like maybe even a blade of grass. It's kind of tough. Here you can kind of yank on it. It's not coming apart. So it's kind of like jerky from that point of view. It smells like, what do you think that smells like, Bud?
Rotten chicken.
Rotten chicken? All right, let's see what it tastes like. Ooh. Well,
out of all the bugs, I wonder how the larvas are going to taste.
Yeah.
And the crickets. And the cricket.
All right, we got to eat the whole thing here, Bud. I got to say, whew. Pretty crunchy. There's some like dirt or something still in there. Pretty much tastes like dirt. What else, bud?
It has some salt on it.
Some salt on it. I guess if you smelled an earthworm, it's pretty much how it tastes like. It's almost like they tried to salt it, and the salt has kind of come off a little bit.
But just after you let it settle for a little bit, it kind of tastes like candy.
I don't know. Well, there you have it. Whew. Earthworms. That's a first for me, for sure. Can't say that that I'm looking forward to trying that again. Yeah, it's pretty much tastes like dirt. So
That's
you know, that's that pretty much summarizes my thoughts on this.
Mostly tastes good to me.
You think it tastes good to you?
After you let your mouth settle a little bit, it'll taste like candy a little.
Oh, okay. Tastes kind of like candy if you chew on it long enough.
No,
Yeah,
you
this
let
is
your mouth settle long enough.
okay. Yeah, just another look here. Another worm, but kind of just it's real tough, kind of fibrous almost. It's not anything like I've tasted or eaten before. I guess it's kind of like jerky, but man, it doesn't taste like jerky. Not the kind of beef jerky we're used to. So, all right. Well, that's all for us. That's all for at least earthworm jerky. I'm not really prepared to eat any more here. We do have some other things already kind of lined up. I think our next show we're going to actually be trying larva. So we've actually ordered larva worms, and evidently, again, this is something you can just buy off the internet. We bought it through Amazon, and this actually has a barbecue flavor to the larva. So you want to watch that. Watch our reaction there. And then we'll be doing crickets. So this is actually fairly common, in fact, and we actually have 3 different packets of crickets. They come in sour cream and onion flavor, salt and vinegar, and bacon and cheese flavor. Believe it or not, this is a thing. So, and then we're gonna maybe try out something different. This will be maybe sort of a little bit different from bugs. It's gonna be astronaut ice cream. I've never actually tasted astronaut ice cream, so this will be kind of fun. We'll see what that tastes like. I'm guessing it's going to taste a lot better than what we just had. And then the next thing we're looking at maybe is a cricket flour protein bar, and so this actually is just almost like an energy bar or a protein bar, but it's made out of cricket flour. So I'm hoping it tastes actually better than just straight up crickets. So we've got a lot of things. Please share any ideas that you guys have. Subscribe and leave some comments below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Comments down there.
All right.